Good morning, everyone. Today is day 17 of the calendar. And from South America, we move to Africa. And we're going to Uganda. So this one is another natural processed coffee. Flavor notes mandarin, raspberry, and milk chocolate. All right, so I'm expecting a coffee with a nice bright acidity. Okay, back home after the London trip. Okay, perfect. Today we are going to rediscover one of my old methods. It's a method that actually I developed for where I used to work in London for a company called Watch House. It's based in London, but now they have also a shop in New York, for example. It's a company that is growing very fast. All right, and basically this is a method that it's the standard method that we were using during the time I was there for making pour-overs, okay? That was important because, you know, when you make pour-over at home, you can do whatever you want, it's fine. But when you need to make pour-over in a company, okay, especially if they have more than 5 shops, by having like a lot of different baristas and different way how to serve the coffee, or even like managing the workflow. So it was very important to understand one method that would have worked for, let's say, all the shops, for all the baristas, especially because when you are when you need to develop a recipe for a coffee shop, you need to make sure that every barista can do it, okay? So it needs to be simple, straightforward. It needs to be a method where you are able to make 1, 2, or even 3 coffee at the same time, okay? But now I show you the adaptation for home, but also I want to explain you the principle, okay? Let's around 15. So we're going to we start with a 15 to 50, as always. Even if it's a natural, maybe I should have showed this method with a washed, but it's fine. Let's make it with a natural, then we will see if we need to adjust variables, okay? I'm going to do 20, let's do 20, let's do 27 clicks for now. I'll send 27 and I'll show you why. Okay, 27. I ground the coffee and then we will talk more about the method. Okay, we're on the coffee. Because I'm back home, I can show you the tray. Here's the coffee. Okay. It's natural. I found it a bit funky, to be honest, also in the smell. Let's see if this method is okay or we will extract too much. But we are here to try, so it's good. And let's keep it positive. I'm using the Hario V60, in this case it's a 01, here I have it in ceramic. But you can use 02 plastic. You don't need to worry about this. I mean, you need to just like make sure that you understand the thermodynamic of different brewers. This is a ceramic, so I'm going to warm it up, wet the paper, warm it up with hot water. We know that with the ceramic, what we're gonna have a highest heat absorption from the dripper at the beginning, but then once it's hot, the stability is superior because it's able to, you know, like to retain the heat compared to, I don't know, metal the metal V60 absorb a lot of the heat, but the radiation is even higher. So it's different dynamic, but we will talk that in another time. So what I will do is a split in 5 pours, okay? So far, we never based our pouring system in time, okay? That's because I don't do it, at least anymore. I don't do it anymore. When I split the pours, I never base the pour when I need to refresh the water. I need to refresh the coffee with water. I never based on time, okay? Because every coffee is different, and even with the same grind size, the drainage is different. So this is a method that you can control by grinding finer or coarser based on how the coffee drain during your brewing, basically, okay? We're going to do easy 5 pours of 50 grams of water every 30 seconds, okay? So the pouring pattern is very simple. Every 30 seconds, you refresh the coffee, basically, with a pour of water of 50 grams. Easy. But what we're gonna do here, to make this method effective. So if I'm going to basically need to slow down the extraction, let's say toward the ends, what I will do, I will play with the way I pour the water, okay? So the flow rate of the water coming out from the kettle. Basically, what we will do is every time we pour the water, okay, we go slower. And now I'll show you. We put our coffee inside. Okay. The water temperature, I put 90. It's a washed, so I put a 90. For this method, if it was a natural, rewind. I put a 90 because it's a natural, okay? If it was a washed coffee, I would have put 92, 93, or even 94, depending on the coffee, okay? We start the timer and we do our 50 grams of water. Nice, aggressive. Then we swirl a bit to make sure we saturate. You see, I swirl and some bubbles came out from the bottom, so that is good to let this gas escape. Now 30, we pour the second pour, okay? We pour the second pour and we go quite fast, okay? Until we arrive to 100. You see, like, my pour was around 6-7 seconds, okay? I pour 60 grams of water in 6-7 seconds. Now, what we need to do in 10 seconds, we need to slow down a bit more, okay? Okay, you see? Now I put 50 grams of water, 7-8 seconds, okay? The next pour is going to be 130. It's going to be even slower, okay? Okay, 200, you see, around 12-13 seconds. So we slow down the pour. Now, this is a natural, so you see that the coffee is going to drain super fast, okay? Now let's do the last one. The last one even slower. Okay, because the last one, we don't want to create much agitation. Okay, here we go, 14 seconds. So basically now, because it's a natural, drain quite fast, what we have water leaving the coffee bed every time we're going to pour. But the theory of this method is to have some of the water remaining from the previous pour in the brewer, okay? So this, when I'm going to pour the last pour, the third one, the fourth one, sorry, or the fifth one, basically we have a bit of water remaining here, okay? And that's because we are pouring slower and slower and slower. So the idea is to have, or to reduce the agitation with the kettle when you pour the water, so to create less agitation, but to have towards the end a bit of water in the slurry, in the dripper, to reduce even more the extraction, okay? Because when we pour the water, it's not going to find free coffee, okay, to extract, but it's going to be a bit of water that is partially saturated from the previous pour, and that's it's going to slow down even more the extraction. This is a nice method that I also was giving in the shop for practice. So it's good practice. You work, you make good coffee, and also you practice pouring. All right, that is a really good training for control your pouring. So every time going slower. Okay, the coffee smells good. I mean, it was coming up really good smells when I was brewing. Probably it's a good natural. This is a method that work with every coffee. Also because when you work in a cafe, you have different coffees rotating. It's very hard to change recipes all the time. You need something fixed, because if you have 20 shops, okay, you have 20 shops with, I don't know, around 100 baristas. So you need to have something that is fixed, because otherwise it's going to be crazy, you know, to keep consistency. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I think it's very good. It's a very good coffee. Coffee from Uganda, we said. Wow. So yeah. Citrus, mandarin. Yeah, it's a good description. Mandarin. It's like sweet and citrusy. Nice. I can go a bit finer. Maybe, I don't know, because I think that this coffee can extract a lot. I think, okay, I'm telling you already that probably the strategy here, it was to reduce the water. I find it a bit slightly dry at the end, and I think it's a bit over extraction. That's because we use probably a ratio that is with a lot of water. Because if you remember, with natural, it's better to have a bit less water. We saw recipes in the past, but maybe if I was using one of the recipes we did in the past, it was coming better, the coffee. So it's a problem of brewing and not coffee in general. It's a 127 for now. I think it's good, sweet, but I think it's a bit over. And to adjust this, I just need to reduce the amount of water. So if I was doing the last pour, for example, instead of 50 grams, I was putting 40, all right? I would have balanced the extraction and also the strength. It was coming a bit more intense, more juicy, but not too much, not too high a strength, because we still like 127. So yeah, reducing the amount of water in the brewer. Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the same method, but I'm going to just reduce the water. Let's do it. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to reset and then brew another one. Perfect. We are back. I reset everything, and let's brew the coffee again. Same grind size, same water, same dripper, same temperature, but we are going to pour 10 grams less in the last pour. And let's see what's happened. Again, first pours fast, and then we slow down. Okay, now the last one is going to be slow, but we're gonna put 40 grams of water. Okay. In this way, we should decrease the extraction, increase a bit intensity, so we balance the cup. Okay. The aroma is sweet. Yeah, this is the same as before. Sweet and citrus. Okay. Okay. I think now we got it. We got it. All right. Now still sweet. It's a bit more intense. I can feel it. It's also not dry at the end. It's actually coated, persistent. It's perfect. Amazing. I am happy. So once again, one adjustment, you can totally change the result in the cup. It's important always to understand which one is the variable to change. It's a really good coffee. It's so nice, sweet and juicy. It's a good natural. Again, it's perfect. As you can see, the TDS is over 130. Perfect, 132. Okay, so we saw that we get a bit more intensity, we reduce extraction, we reduce the dryness, because that dryness was coming from over extraction, okay? And not the dryness coming from under extraction or for high intensity. That kind of dryness, it's a dryness that you can feel it at the end of your tongue. So not the tip, but at the end, like on the throat. And that is the dryness from over extraction, from bitterness. So it's good. Perfect. Super happy about this coffee. Very happy about the recipe. There was, when I was brewing, there was a bit of water left when I was pouring the following pour. I went a bit slower on pouring because that way you can control also the extraction. If I go finer, the problem is that then I'm gonna have a lot of contact time, contact surface, and I probably will over extract the coffee, okay? This is a good method for washed as well. So I invite you to try, okay, at home with even different drippers, different coffees, but try to control this pour, because that's, as I said, is a good training, honestly. It's a good training for controlling your pour. So that was my suggestion today. Train your pour so you get a pro, even at home. It's perfect. All right. Now go back to work, and I will see you tomorrow with another coffee, another region, another brewing method, and tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. Okay, perfect. Have a good day. Ciao.